Good evening, everybody. Oh, let me fix this real quick. Hi, my name is Vice Admiral J.L. Galloway. I am your Fleet 31 commanding officer. I'm joined tonight by my co-host, Rear Admiral Jenny Hay, our Deputy Fleet Commander, and our Community Manager, Captain Scott Sterling, and our special guest, Captain Chase McKinney.
That's me. Hey, gang.
These are the Voyages Star Trek podcast.
Yeah, man.
So, how has everybody been?
Well, I'm on this side of the dirt, so that's got to count for something.
Where is the dirt located?
North Texas, Northwest Texas, right? So, like, I'm on the other side of Fort Worth. So,
would you consider yourself to be the real Texas?
Yes, Jay. Like I've always told you.
She keeps getting me to move, me and Scott to move down there. You know what's gonna happen though, Jen, right? If we all move to Texas, we'll all have to have one studio. We'll all have to be like get around each other in a professional table setting, and we'll have to have microphones like here, and then.
No, what we will actually do is build an actual bridge and have you in the center seat.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes, it is the professionalism that sells this show.
Oh,
that's Elio's line. Sorry.
I told Chase, like, he was all worried about coming on, and I was like, don't worry, we're not professionals at all.
I'd be a little scared if we were.
Yeah.
Sammy, thank you for joining us tonight. And
in a waiting time, we can actually see this one.
I know, right?
Post gifts, we cannot see them on our on StreamYard.
Facebook Live, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, John. Thank you for joining tonight. All right. Let me go back to this. All right. So, episode 30. Well, actually, before we go into tonight's episode, let's.
Hey, look, who's joined us too. Howdy, Brett.
Hey.
All right. So, I got to take off Discord because I hate those pop-up alert notifications.
You can mute them.
How? Did you hear that?
Server.
No, I just know the sound all too well.
Oh.
I just got another one when you said that.
Yeah, just go to your volume mixer and you can mute it from there.
Or just close it.
Or close it.
Oh.
Whatever's easier.
I believe this is my night auditor friend, Amanda.
Oh. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for joining us tonight. Whatever Jenny tells you is not completely true about me. I'm actually a decent person.
We talk about a lot of other stuff in that group.
Uh-huh. You're like, yeah, my friend Jay, he's crazy. He's from Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah. Oregon. Oh, we should probably tell you where we're all from. I'm actually from Beaverton, Oregon.
Okay.
Scott, you're from?
I'm in the Washington, D.C. area.
I know, and I'm glad you're home safe. And that's all we're going to say about that. And then you guys are from Texas.
Yeah.
All right, Jenny, let's talk about Texas for a minute. Why should we move to Texas?
Because Buc-ee's barbecue.
I love how you lead with Buc-ee's, by the way.
Yes, right?
Buc-ee's is amazing.
You've been to Buc-ee's, Scott?
Yeah, a couple times.
Because I've been to Texas, but I've never been to Buc-ee's.
The beaver nuggets are the bomb.com, and the restrooms are impeccable.
Mm-hmm. And the restrooms are fully enclosed mini rooms. So there's no gap on the side, there's no gap on the bottom. And there's a lady who just goes in there, or I want to say lady, a person who goes in and cleans, it's constant cleaning those restrooms. They have seat cleaners, so you can go like this, like hand sanitizer that you can put on a tissue and wipe your seat down for you. If you really are,
germophobic.
Oh, germophobic. But I like it because there's 8 million of them in a woman's restroom. I've never been to men's, so I don't know.
That's good, Jenny.
Yes. It's really good, yes. But there's like...
You can definitely speak to the men's room.
There's lots in the men's, too. Lots of stalls and urinals, I guess you say, because, as women, we all have stalls.
I mean, I know that we're live right now, so I'm gonna try and keep appropriate as possible since we're live.
Appropriate? Wait, what? Appropriate?
Yeah. I don't know. This is my first time here, yo. So I'm diving in feet first, whatever. Remove plank, that sort of thing. So, like in men's restrooms, like whether you go to like one in McDonald's or a school or anywhere, there's like the implicit rule that even if there's a divider, you always have a separator, right? Like one separating between. So at Buc-ee's, and Scott can attest to this since he's been to a Buc-ee's, they build them in such a way that they actually create blind spots. So someone could be standing next to you and you wouldn't know because like you are just like enveloped in this restroom.
I'm trying to visualize this, and I don't know if I want to.
Well, you can visualize. Come to Texas and go to Buc-ee's. Boom.
Oh, so you're telling me to come to Texas, go to Buc-ee's, and go use the restroom in Buc-ee's
Yep.
to get the full experience.
On trips, if I'm like driving down, Scott can attest to this. Him and I, for my birthday a couple years ago, we drove down to Houston to go to the Space Center. And I said, I gotta pee. He goes, okay, well, we just pull over. I was like, no, I see a Buc-ee sign. It says it's 30 miles away. I'm holding that. And Buc-ee's has very clever signs when you're traveling that says, you can hold it. You're almost there. Only 100 miles to go.
100 miles to go. No, I can't. That might be a little excessive.
Yeah.
So you don't know Chase, but actually, I'm going to be heading down there in 13 months to Texas.
Yep.
To move?
No.
I wish.
Oh, okay.
No, he's coming down before the cruise. He's gonna come down to Texas,
Okay.
hang with me, and then we're gonna go to the cruise.
And his wife.
Blaming her?
Jay and his wife are coming down to.
Her name is Jen.
Yeah.
Not to get confusing.
Because Jennifer's the best name ever.
Ever.
Or you're just part of the Jennifer pandemic. I've talked about that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you heard about that one, Chase? The Jennifer pandemic?
The negative Ghost Rider.
So in the late 70s, early 80s, there was this pandemic of mothers naming their daughters Jennifer. It's actually a real thing. You can look it up. I mean, but my wife hates being called Jenny, and she hates the fact that every time we mention the pandemic of her name, she's like, "I'm just Jen."
Y'all know the story. I was supposed to be Nikki, but at the time we had a dog named Nikki, so my mom won again.
All I remember is, and I'm going to show my age on this one, but like all I know is like when I was in school, like elementary, middle school, high school, Ashley was such a stupid popular name. Nothing against the name Ashley, but like almost every single girl in my grade was named Ashley. And I'm like, man, what was going on in the 80s that was so dang popular to name all the girls Ashley?
Ashley and Sarah were the names I saw a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of. I mean, shoot, I'm friends with a Sarah, but
Couple of them.
yeah, a couple of them actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. Just because I can for a brief moment. Where is it? The Jennifer epidemic, not pandemic. I do apologize. There it is.
Wow, look at that.
There's a whole website dedicated to this.
That's fantastic.
The year was 1984. Yeah, but here they are right here. And it also gives like populations and everything. Like, wow.
Speaking of 1984, I've been watching Cobra Kai.
Which one?
Cobra Kai, the show on Netflix.
Oh, all right.
Yes. Yes.
Go on.
Go for it, Jack.
Yes. I've been wanting to talk to somebody about this.
I
What'd you
have-
think of the ending?
Okay, so let me preface this by saying first that I had been opposed to watching Cobra Kai for a while because I'm like, one, I don't like it when they turn bad guys into good guys. Like, take Maleficent, for example. Like, I just don't like stories that do that. And it was just like such a turnoff. And I was talking to a fellow Star Trek friend of mine, and he's like, dude, it's a direct continuation of Karate Kid. You got to check it out. And he's like, I wouldn't lead you astray. And I'm like, all right. So I started it on Sunday night, I want to say,
What season?
of season 1.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
I might have finished it yesterday, like all
Okay.
3 seasons yesterday.
That's the season I want to talk about. Season 3.
Dude, like the way that ended was like so satisfying. Like the way season 3 ended, so satisfying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But I will say, speaking on the same topic you're going on, let's talk about the character of Kreese for a minute. The character of Kreese, John Kreese, I love the fact we got his backstory, but I hate the fact we got it in season 3 and not in season 2. I would have rather, if they wanted us to feel sorry for the character, they should never gave us season 2 story arc of John Kreese. You know, they want you to feel sorry for this guy. They want you to build a relationship with him. Speaking about turning bad guys good. And they go through this redemption arc, and then they're like totally 180 it, and it's like, really, everything you just made us watch now, he flips at the very end. Okay, cool, yeah, we saw that coming, but in season 3, you really go into a dark side with that. And
Well,
it's like,
I don't know if it was that completely. I mean, like, you do feel sorry for the dude in season 2. I mean, like, you see him in like a halfway house or something. Spoilers, by the way. You see him in a halfway house.
you can't have spoilers for a season that's already completed.
Well, okay. I don't know if it's actually.
Come on, there's 3 seasons. Okay, we can't. Maybe not. Maybe we can say spoilers for season 3, but not for 2.
Well, season 2 came out. What was that, like, in the summer originally, right? Like, I think I read like it came out in the summer.
Mm-mm. Season 2 came out in April of 2019.
Well, hot dog. I don't know nothing then.
Okay, so this show started on YouTube Red, which later turned into YouTube Premium. Okay, yeah. So this show has been out for a while.
I guess it was Netflix bought it then in the summer and then the 3rd season dropped like a few days ago then.
You want to know a fun fact about that? The 3rd season was actually finished before they actually bought it.
Nice.
And yeah, Netflix forced them to hold on to it, and because they wanted to release it as a Netflix exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they didn't pay for it, they didn't. Well, they paid after the fact for it. But
that's good.
My only concern is, but it's also not gonna be too bad if they do it that way, is Netflix has a bad tendency of canceling shows after 2 years. So if we get 5 years out of Cobra Kai, I'll be happy with that.
Dude,
season 5.
We got all those years out of House of Cards, and say what you want about the main actor. That was a darn good show. I mean, dark as heck, but darn good show.
Hey, I got what?
Not so much.
How many years of Orange New Black? 6?
Yeah, no.
6, almost 7.
No, okay, let's talk. Okay, you want to talk about shows that got canceled before their time? Sabrina. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
No,
yes.
no.
Yeah.
No.
You two, no. See, Chase agrees with me.
Firefly.
We all agree on Firefly.
Firefly was never on Netflix.
Yeah, it was. It was on Netflix for a while.
It was.
It was aired on Fox.
It was on Netflix.
It was aired on Fox. We're talking about Netflix, though. And then you guys just bring up probably one of the greatest sci-fi westerns of all time.
Oh,
try to throw it. Wow. You see what I have to put up with, Chase?
I do. 100%.
All right. Anyways, let's get back on topic.
Let's get back to Cobra Kai. That's why we're here, right?
Yes, we're here to talk about Cobra Kai. I should get a shirt that says that. Or get one of those.
We need to get shirts that says the center seat, more like a tangent seat or something like that.
Okay,
we do a lot of tangents on the show. Y'all, our audience our 6 people watching us can tell us that.
Tangents. We must have tangents.
I was just looking for that one.
Speaking, if we want to talk about tangents, how about this? Bam.
Oh. Ooh.
Have y'all picked up a copy of this yet?
Not yet.
No, but I do have these.
You need to make it so. I'm just saying.
Oh,
it dropped yesterday. So the new book, it's a sequel to the Last Best Hope that came out last year. There we go. So you have Wisdom of Picard, yeah. So,
it gets better than that for Christmas.
So this was the book that came out last year, right?
Oh yeah,
like around February or March, I want to say is when it came out.
Look at that one.
There we go, Kirk. I need that.
Kirk Fu, nice.
I
need that.
I don't know what happened to it, but I had an awesome book.
I should in reverse order. I should have shut it this way. What would Kirk do? And if that doesn't work,
Kirk Fu Manual. It's fantastic.
This doesn't work.
I gotta find it.
But
I had a really awesome book, but I don't know what happened to it. But anyways.
Oh no, this book is awesome.
But so the Picard book, if no one's read it, I mean, this is like a major prequel to the Picard season 1, that talks about like the lead up to and part of the Mars attack type of thing, and then this takes place about a year after it, and it's set on the Titan, and this is considered canon. So
Nice.
we actually get a canon Titan book, which is cool.
That is awesome.
I'm gonna
Look at
have to actually get into reading those books. I'm not a big book reader, per se.
Yeah, but take a look at that, Jenny. Speaking of books.
That's awesome. You know what I want? The book I want.
Is it a
That I
comic
should-
book?
No. Let me bring it up on Amazon for y'all.
All right, well, she's bringing that up on Amazon.
I also have a Star Trek Cats book, but I'll save Jay sanity.
Yeah, I don't like cats.
Cats
I
are
did think-
amazing.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
What is amazing about a cat? It just sits there and attacks you at random.
That's true.
This one,
Ooh,
Body
the
by
kitchen cat?
Starfleet,
Ooh, yeah.
where you do exercises.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to find the picture. I know they have pictures in here. Yeah, like look, stretching warm-ups.
That's cool.
Yeah, here's the go on walks.
I would like to thank my friend Sammy who's watching us for the movie and the book.
And look, you kick your feet up.
Really?
What's it say? Riker's
Rocker leg
extension?
extensions.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, you know, you have to practice because you have to get that foot up over, what is it, like a 3-foot chair height
Yep.
variance?
Basically. That or Ambujitsu, one of the two.
Deanna Troy's active listeners.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell?
I told you this book's awesome.
Well, and there's a group on Face Space that's all about this too.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm part of that group. Body by Starfleet. Yep.
Yeah.
They actually started, and then Rob Perlman did that book, and
Okay.
then they got permission. He asked us because we had that group first, and then he's like, "Hey, I was going to do this book." They go, "Okay, go right ahead," because Body by Starfleet was from them.
So I do have a question for Chase, getting back onto Cobra Kai so we can move forward.
Yeah.
So have you followed the series very, or are you just new to it?
I'm like
Have
new
you been
to it.
following? Okay.
I mean, I'm new to. I mean, I've watched Karate Kid, right? Like I don't like the next Karate Kid, but I've watched Karate Kid 1 through 3, and then of course I watched the 3 seasons, and I was all over the Karate Kid Wikipedia page, like looking up all the things I could find, basically.
So in season 2, they hinted at the end of the season, not about what we saw in season 3, but they hinted that the character Mike Barnes was supposed to be coming back. Hey, Michael.
Hey,
Hey,
buddy.
Mike.
Hey.
So they hinted that his character would be making a comeback, and possibly the character Terry Silver from the Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we kind of got
okay.
the hint that might be coming now in season 4.
So, I mean, the writing was all over the wall with Terry Silver there in season 3. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, if Silver doesn't come back in season 4, that's a total missed opportunity.
Well, I think it's gonna be him and Mike Barnes. Because we still don't know who that little girl belongs to. We know who her mother is. We know she has cancer. And Tori.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. Speculation time.
I think it's Mike Barnes' daughter, his estranged daughter.
Well, well, no, she's dead. Spoilers. But I was thinking, well, I don't know, that she's somehow related to John Kreese, right? Because like the lady she was, I mean, it was the 60s, but still, like, let's just do some gymnastics for a second. Okay, like bust out your Body by Starfleet. Let's do some gymnastics together. Okay, so
Nice flex.
So he's dating this chick before he goes to Nam, right?
Yeah.
Last name Nichols. So
Yeah.
did something happen off screen that we don't know about? They had some, like, I don't know, man. Maybe she had a kid, or maybe she just ran away. Maybe she's not really dead. I'm just saying. And that's like a granddaughter or a great granddaughter. I'm just saying it could happen. There's just too
Maybe.
much of a parallel between Tori and John Kreese, and I think that's part of the writing, but I also think that maybe they'll make something out of it because why not drama?
I'm hoping it's Sam Barnes' estranged daughter because her fighting style is similar to Mike Barnes' fighting style.
Sure.
She's aggressive. She's right up in there, close combat. She's not afraid. Plus some of the choreographed moves that she was doing was pretty amazing. Her and Solo are really good at the art of martial arts itself. But
so Zola, right, is that's Miguel. And anyways, Miguel and Tori, they actually are dating each other in real life. So Peyton List and Zolo date in real life. I don't know if you knew that.
Are you sure it's Tori? Because I thought it was the sunbeaming chick.
Moon? Is it Moon?
Yeah, Moon. I think it's Moon. No, but so at the end of season 2, Mike Barnes' character, while you're looking that up, told everybody that he was going to be on season 3. And then when season 3 came out, he wasn't there. It's like, well, what happened? Mike Barnes went on there.
And he unplugs his mic.
He unplugs himself. We're professionals. We're professionals. We're professionals. Hey,
look who's joined us.
Yes, Captain Michael Malamine, also our famous EMH from the Terran Empire.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it going, Michael?
It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good.
That beard, Michael.
Profile.
I like the beard.
I know, that beard.
Yeah, it was pretty. It went all the way around. I was going for the Jeremiah Jones look and ended up trimming it and ended up shaving off all this stuff underneath.
Okay. No, so I was going to say, but so Michael Barnes' character, we're talking about Cobra Kai right now, Michael. Michael Barnes' character was supposed to come back in season 3. That's what they hinted to everybody. And then, of course, it never happened. And then they didn't talk about it. But I did notice, like you did, Chase, that they were doing a lot on Terry Silver and John Kreese's character. But, of course, they didn't. They kind of glanced over the fact that it was Terry Silver because they really wanted the focus to be on John Kreese. But now you kind of understand a little bit more. So, yeah, they humanized John Kreese's character, but at the same time, they also dehumanized him, too. Because everything that they did in season 2, they made you want to forget that he was a half-decent person, who just had a string of bad luck. They wanted to make him this ultimate archetype villain, in my opinion. It's like, I'd rather they would have waited for that season 2 to be maybe like in season 4 or 5, towards the end of the series, redeem the character if he's going to be redeemed at all. Not do it in the first season when he's trying to come back.
I don't think they're not going to redeem Kreese. I mean, that's like trying to redeem Palpatine, for crying out loud. I mean, the devil's the devil. I mean, you got to have a devil in Karate Kid, and you got to have a devil in Star Wars, and yeah, no.
But you know how the show came to be, right?
The Karate Kid.
No. The show came to be because of actually a YouTube video.
Well, okay. It was that, and it was also How I Met Your Mother. It was two things.
Yeah.
Where
talked about then.
Yeah. So originally, where it was like maybe Johnny was actually the good guy, and Daniel LaRusso was the bully.
Yeah. And there's actually some compelling evidence. There, you do have to glance over a few things. But you take the fact that it's a teenage kid, and from his perspective, he wasn't the bully. And they do bring up some compelling arguments. Like I said, you do have to glance over a couple things.
No kicks to the face.
What's that?
No kicks to the face.
Oh, actually, they had so much fun this season talking about, is it legal? Is it not legal? And Daniel's like, you really got to get over that, man. He's like, no, I don't.
Well, I can't find that. I can't find my evidence anymore. So, I mean, it is what it is for Zolo and Peyton, but hey, whatevs. Yeah, it's not a hill I'm ready to die on.
Yeah. Wow. We're like 30 minutes into this, and we still haven't asked how each other's weeks were.
Right. Because we're professionals. We're professionals.
Why do you want to be professional? No, Jenny. No.
We should have a
amateurs
song.
Don't get paid.
Wait,
yeah, see?
Get
Amateurs don't get paid.
No, professionals get paid.
Oh, okay.
We're not getting paid either because YouTube thinks our royalty-free music that we played at the very beginning is copyrighted.
Well, where'd you get the royalty-free music?
My friend, she sent me the link. She actually has like the legal document or whatever it says that's royalty-free.
You got to be careful with some of that stuff because, like, I've done that before, and like, there's royalty-free and then there's royalty-free, and it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's,
I think she's good
dumberific.
because that's what she does for a living. She does. She's the one who created our countdown.
Okay.
And that's what she does for a living. She does like graphics and videos and stuff like that. So pretty
Gotta
sure
say,
she would know.
I was tapping my toe to that countdown. It was a good
Right? It's a
countdown.
nice little
Right.
countdown.
I was like, "What's up now?" Yeah, I'm digging
I
this.
saw you jamming.
Oh,
I
you saw
always
me
dance to
jamming?
it.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
I'm
also
glad I
show
wasn't picking my
him
nose.
our other favorite thing.
No. Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
No, Chase, get these off your ears.
It's gonna be loud.
You could have told people spoilers. Wow, you didn't even give the audience a chance for spoiler alert.
No, it's fun.
Well, no, there was an eighth of a second where your brain impulse read it and saw that it was a spoiler. So you did have an eighth of a second.
Wait a second. You don't expect our listeners to believe you, Michael?
I didn't hear anything. I just saw spoiler alert, and that was it. There was no audio at all. So I didn't get any spoilers.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Don't worry, we're not doing spoilers unless you count a really old show a spoiler alert.
Well, we just talked about Cobra Kai. We were kind of spoiling it a little
That
bit.
is true.
A little bit.
A Star Trek podcast spoiled Cobra Kai. Look at that. Well
we
done.
talk about all kinds of Star Trek stuff or non-Star Trek stuff.
Everything Star Trek.
That's
Everything
right.
Star Trek.
6 degrees of Star Trek.
I was just thinking of My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Have y'all seen that movie? It's
Yeah.
Yes.
the dad, like how the dad relates everything back to Greek and like and even like different languages. He somehow connects it to Greek and how
I still
Windex
can't
cures
look at
everything.
Windex. Yeah, I can't look at Windex the same ever again.
Me either.
Wow.
Oh,
One of my
we
wife's
should,
favorite
we
movies.
should, you know what we should do, or what this show should do. I mean,
My Big
I'll
Fat
join if you want to, but like you should do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 edition of My Big Fat Greek Wedding and see what happens.
Oh boy.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, there'd be a lot of movies you could do that too.
We could,
Yeah.
but
War
also
with
then we
Grandpa.
have to fight, copyrights.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Then we'd have to do Young Frankenstein, Princess Queen, Princess Bride.
I was thinking The War with Grandpa with Robert De Niro. That's a funny movie.
Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers. Yeah.
Mhm.
My Path and the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Yes.
Really? You're gonna
Yes.
take that beautiful treasure.
Right away, wee fatty.
1, 2, 5.
3, sir. 3.
What is your name and what is your quest and what is your favorite color?
We get it. Bleed on me.
I'll bite your ears off.
You know, maybe at the top of the hour, guys, we will actually talk about Trek.
Right? Yeah.
Have
What were we saying?
We don't have to. We just claim to be a Star Trek podcast.
This is true.
It's in the name. It's in the name.
Could you repeat the question, please?
I don't remember the question.
It's,
Do,
it's like a
um,
William.
That's
It's like a
funny.
William.
Oh, I'm being funny.
Full Metal Jacket. Now that's a funny movie.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
movie.
yes.
Yes. And if anybody asked, yes, boot camp is like that, minus the punches.
Well, it
No, I mean-
all depends on when you went to boot camp. I went to boot camp in '87.
Okay.
So
They still allowed physical contact?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, I can confirm that they did not allow physical contact in '98. They sure really made your life a living hell, though. They did other things to mess
But
with.
could it be different branches? Because you both went to different branches.
No,
could it be
my
different branches
dad-
for the boot?
Dad saw that kind of stuff. He actually had some 8mm film of what they did for initiation.
Mhm.
Oh, that stuff was brutal.
Yeah.
What branches were y'all in?
I was
United States
Coastie.
Marine Corps.
You said Coast Guard?
Coastie.
Coast
Yep.
Guard for Michael, and then Marines for Jay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So Jay I might have seen Jay on one of our ships, but he never saw me on one of his ships.
Closest I ever came to military service was being in ROTC in college and getting medically DQ'd my junior year before my junior year from being able to go to boot camp, otherwise known as field training, which is what you do to go from being an underclassman to an upperclassman cadet with the Air Force was the branch.
And I know a little bit about Michael, about the Coast Guard. My
Alexander Hamilton.
my ship, the USS
Yeah.
Moorhead, is named after the last commanding officer of the lightship fleet for the United States Coast Guard.
If
Yeah,
y'all
that's
want to
one
watch
river.
something, I found this YouTube video. It's a show, and they were going through Coast Guard. They traveled Coast Guard, and they did one in Florida, one up in like the northwest area, like Washington, Oregon area,
Mhm.
and Alaska. And
Yep.
they follow these people going, and on the they don't follow like on the they do the rescues. They follow the helicopters and the boats.
Yep.
It's really cool. I found off of, on Danger TV,
Yep.
which is on YouTube.
Yep. They
Really?
it was probably Kodiak.
Yeah, it was
probably
Kodiak.
St. Petersburg in Florida. And Northwest could have been anywhere from Oregon, Washington to Alaska.
It was a really cool it's TV series to get to learn kind of more about what the Coast Guard does.
See, speaking of Coast Guard, this is my wife's late grandpa's ship. The United States Lightship Columbia, the WLV 604.
Yep.
It's now a museum. But it had 16 enlisted, 1 warrant officer for its commanding officer, and the last one was Harold Wayne Moorhead, which is my wife's late grandpa.
Yeah, that was what we had. They were basically floating lighthouses.
Yeah.
So that's what they called them. Yeah. And we had
So
them all over the place. All up and down the
So-
coast. They were everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one was one of the last ones because those were replaced by this thing right here, which is an automated buoy, which has since
Yeah.
been replaced.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this
And they
ship
still
used to sit
have them,
outside
but
the mouth.
most of them, all the lighthouses are completely automated now. But we used to actually have lighthouse keepers that would actually maintain and keep them running. But they've been long since automated.
Yeah, so this replaced the Columbia, and she retired in 1979, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Decommed it. Yep.
So yeah, that's the Columbia. So in honor of my wife's grandpa and the fact of the cool rich heritage history there, so I'd name it after that.
Yep.
Do y'all by chance have an Enterprise era Columbia uniform to further honor that?
No, but I do have something else. Hey, Jen, can you go get that patch? Oh, you have the hamster.
Of
Okay.
course she has a hamster. She always has a hamster.
Hey, can you
Well,
get the
at
patch?
least
Oh, you have
picture.
a hamster. Like that's the best sentence in the world right there.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with that hamster?
Actually, my daughter is very territorial. That's my wife's hamster, right? So my daughter bought a hamster first, and my wife's like, "I want a hamster." So we got my wife the little robo hamster, which is probably like that big.
Connie Pickles. I mean, Precious.
Her name's Precious.
Oh, precious.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I came up with the name, and then I was like, "What about Precious?"
Is it true that's precious?
We need to have Chase on more often.
Why don't you name your daughter Precious? I'm good.
I'm not. No.
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 Mm-mm.
Anybody who has future. I'm not gonna name my future kid Precious. So it's just like I'm not gonna name it Rainbow or Ocean or.
What about Apple?
This is
Apple.
a recommissioning. This is a recommissioning of the patch that's actually on the ship.
Oh, that's
Nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is a recommission that was presented to her grandfather which was later handed to when he passed away. It was later given to me. Well, actually, it was given to my wife, and so
I don't remember what the number or the name of the unit was. My late brother-in-law was a combat medic with the Army, and they were stationed out of Fort Richardson in Alaska. And anyways, like the patch they had for their unit, it was like a dinosaur with like a glowing sword. So they said like they basically called their unit like Barney with a lightsaber, basically. And that's what it looked like. The patch actually looked like Barney holding a lightsaber. It was fantastic.
Okay.
Why?
I'm googling this.
Why?
I'm googling this.
Okay, I saw a shark with like a sailor's hat smiling. So I had to bring something to the table, okay, so I can keep up with y'all.
Oh dear Lord! Don't Google Barney for lightsaber.
What? How bad? How bad? How bad, Jenny? How, is
Hold
it
on.
X-rated? Is it X-rated bad?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, there we go.
What the?
I have questions.
I have questions I don't want answers to.
Yeah, right.
42. 47, actually.
I was gonna say 47.
47, sir.
Wait. Barney's playing the saxophone now?
It's probably best you don't ask.
Are his arms long enough to even hold that thing?
Okay, so I'm gonna send this link to Jenny because I don't know how to share on this thing. So Jenny, I'm messaging you a little something real quick on the face space.
Okay.
This is a link, and make sure it actually looks like a pin, like the image that I sent you. It should be the first one on the search. That's the actual patch or whatever that was on my brother-in-law's uniform. Yeah,
What the?
Barney with a lightsaber, right?
Jarrett. Come on, Jarrett.
I'm going there. I have to.
It says by force and valor on it.
I gotta make sure I click on the right one.
Whidbey Island has some interesting patches, like the Star Wars ones, or Star Wars inspired.
That's it.
Patches.
That's
it looks
it.
like it kind of looks like Barney, but also looks like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
40th,
Okay.
40th Cavalry. There we go.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Alrighty then.
This is a Star Trek podcast, right?
I'm starting to wonder that.
No, this is a tangents podcast anymore.
All right, so actually, we went on the ship a couple of years back. Look how little Kaylee was.
Oh my goodness! Look how tiny they are.
Well, yeah, it's been a couple of years since we've been on down there. But that's him in his captain in his little chair that Grandma has. You know, this is his private mess, and the chair is just on the other side of my wife there, and that was his personal TV. The rest of the crew stayed on the left hand side. Oh, there it is. That's what I was trying to show you guys. I commissioned a patch in honor of this.
That's the mess deck. That's the mess deck.
Yeah.
That's just kind of scary.
What is?
Just a
It's a
shark holding,
That's not a
wearing a sailor hat and a sword.
Not just that, but
Scary.
also wearing like the Jack Nicholson Joker smile.
It's a little. I don't want to say scary, maybe creepy. It disturbs me.
Yeah. So my ship is the USS Mord. Instead of saying Sentinel of the Sea, it's a light ship of the fleet. But that's what it looks like.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're laying down, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe we
Okay.
should actually get to our podcast.
I thought, wait,
45 minutes
Well, I
later.
thought they're Cracker Jacks too.
Yeah, because I have to leave at 10 tonight, guys. I work tonight.
Work.
I work
Jenny?
tonight.
Be safe, okay?
Yeah.
Works for chumps. Just kidding. It's not.
I got to get paid bills, man. I got the cruise to pay for, guys. Come on.
In 13 months. In 13 months, seriously. We got a lot of things going on here. They're gonna happen really, really soon. Michael, I wish you could go on the cruise with us, my friend.
Oh, we unmute him. He keeps having noise.
Ah.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike. I muted you because you keep getting crackling noises.
Well, I would like that too, but Karen is still.
Yeah. How's
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
going,
my
by the
mic
way?
is.
I
It
just
told me
caught up on that.
that I need to upgrade something.
Oh.
Say again?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because on StreamYards, I saw that if you go on an iPhone, there's an issue where it like breaks up and stuff for a while. I think that's what I'm hearing. That's why I keep muting him because it's getting a
Yeah,
little annoying.
that's what it's doing.
Okay. Well, I hope
It
Karen.
sounds like
I wish her
popcorn.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish
Yep.
Karen the best, and I hope she seriously gets well soon. I was just following her. Mike,
All right.
did I
It's-
freeze? Or
She's
did he
still
freeze?
real wary of
Mm.
COVID, so
Oh.
she really doesn't want to go travel, especially on airplanes and stuff. And boats.
Well, maybe in 2023.
Because both are very self-contained, and that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, maybe in 2023.
Oh, we definitely gonna go. We definitely gonna return. There's no way we won't. But we just
Yeah.
gotta. I don't know if this nation has ever been ahead of the curve as far as
Yeah.
protocols. So we just need to stomp on it and stomp on it hard and stop it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can. All right. So should we actually start this show?
Sure.
Jenny, how was your week this week?
Yeah.
That's you, Jenny.
I'm giving you the look.
Mm.
You know how my week went.
But they don't.
Let's see. As in last week or this week?
You were on last week.
Let's see. Well, last weekend was okay.
Hmm.
That was a good weekend. This week, Monday was my birthday.
We need to have Chase on more often. Subtleties.
Yes, we do.
So Monday was my birthday. I stayed up to 4 a.m. the night before.
Yeah,
And
I
at
remember that.
7:30, because I knew I'll be working nights, so I wanted to get myself back to working with nights. I just went to bed at 4 a.m. on Monday morning. At 7:30 in the morning, our doorbell goes off, and it's the construction people wanting to tell us that we need to move our car because I don't know if y'all people know that I live in an older neighborhood and they are replacing the sewer line in our street because our sewer line is about 40 years old and it's the original clay pipes. So they're removing and they're putting PVC pipe instead in the sewer line. Well, they were supposed to give us a 2-day notice to tell us to move our cars out of the street. They never gave us a notice. So I was really woken up at 7:30 in the morning asking me to move the van.
Wow.
I go out, I was like, are you kidding me? I just went to sleep at 4, so I only got a couple hours of sleep. It was my birthday, I was cranky, and you know how hard it is not to turn to a Karen? Because, it's not their fault. They're just doing their jobs. And so I have to remind myself that these construction people are just doing their jobs. Right, yeah. These construction people are just doing their jobs and, it wasn't their fault. And so I need to control my crankiness and my anger at them. I was really pissed off. I go out there and there was a thin layer of ice on the car. So then I had to sit there and wait in the car in the cold for my defroster so I can see out the window so I can drive it up the street and park it on my neighborhood has a street that cuts through the middle of it.
Mhm.
It kind of cuts up the neighborhood, and so I can go park on that.
Huh.
I was in my pajamas. I had my glasses on. My hair's all up in a bun. I look like a hot mess, but I was like, I'm not getting dressed to move my car up 3 houses. We're like 3 houses from the street, so I'm like, no. So yeah, and then
They wouldn't let you push them further into your driveway, or is it just
I already have my driveway is a 1.5 car garage driveway.
Oh.
And we extended the driveway with
Yeah, that gravel
paving
road.
stones.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Well, we had rocks for years, and then all of a sudden our city decided that that's parking on the grass, and we can't park on the rocks because that's grass.
Don't get me started with the city.
So they said, okay, well, you can pay for a permit and to have concrete poured to extend your driveway. I don't like, what? You're going to pay for that? Because concrete and a permit to have concrete pour, it's expensive. They go, or you can do paving stones. So we got some paving stones that looks just like concrete, so it looks like our concrete extended. So I could park my car up there, and then my dad's car, and then the van could be in the front. So
Nice.
then they started digging away. All
Digger?
I heard was beep, 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 boom, 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 beep, 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 boom, 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 boom. Scrape all
I feel like
morning.
this is a song just waiting to happen. Beep, 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 beep. Boom, 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 boom. So what you're saying, Jenny, was there were diggers on the overside.
I see what you did there. Nice.
Mhm. So that's the way I spent my day. And I had to go get stuff for my birthday. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get groceries and then stuff like that. And of course, they were literally in front of our driveway.
Wow.
Now, when we knew this was going to happen, we had a meeting back in September. They said they cannot legally deny you access to your home.
And did they?
So they didn't, but they had to basically guide me out so I wouldn't hit their big cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you did get a cool gift that day, I heard.
I did get a cool gift. Somebody on this. Actually, I got some really cool. Actually,
Oh, you can mention names. Jeez.
2 of these really cool people got me gifts.
And then there was Jay.
No, Jay and his wife and his kids got me.
Oh, Jen was the cool person. Okay, I
I
get
said
it.
Jay and his wife.
Come on,
Got me
Jen.
some
I
really
gave you
pretty.
gold. I gave you gold.
Don't make her go grab the Spock helmet.
Don't make me go get what you
Please.
gave me.
Please go grab the Spock helmet. Please do.
So there's
I
a story
wish.
behind the Spock helmet. It's actually for a resident Klingon, Chase, not for
No,
you.
it's for you, Jay.
It's
for
for a
you.
resident
It's for
Klingon
you.
Mike Trip. Okay. I've already established and agreed to it. It's an executive. I can make it an executive order if we need to. I have 2 sector commanders in here.
This is true.
I have and a Japanese Link commander.
You got a
I'm
quorum.
not signing off. You're the one wearing it.
Oh snap! And I'm just here.
If
Yeah,
if
you're
y'all
the
don't know
witness.
what's going on, you should
You're the
join our
witness.
Discord server.
No, so whatever reason, Mike Tripp decided one day that I needed to have the Spock helmet. He's our resident Klingon. I don't know what inspired him. What makes him think this head? Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
Mhm.
I don't know why he thinks this head would look good in a Spock helmet. I'm proud of my gray hair. I've had it since I was 16.
Hey, it's canon now, by the way. I mean, it showed up in Lower Deck, so it's totally canon.
Mhm.
It also
Yeah.
showed up in the movies.
Did it? I don't remember it in the movies. Where? Was it in motion picture or something? Where was this? Seriously.
I think Jay's just yanking you in chain.
Apparently.
Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, I guess we're not
You're
gonna talk
yanking
about
my
Terra
chain
Nova, are
on
we?
my monster balloon that I don't even have. Thanks a lot, dude.
We should just go ahead and call it. We're not talking about Terra Nova tonight.
We can talk about Terra Nova, but my only concern with talking about Terra Nova is it might kind of lead us into like politics a little, and given how sensitive things are today, may not be a good idea. But this title is we do call it Terra Nova, so maybe we should go lightly into this.
Lightly, yes.
So okay, so Terra Nova, great
Yeah.
show on Fox. You go through a time machine. dinosaurs, the dude that was the bad guy in the movie with the blue cat people. Great show. That show ended way too soon. That's what we're
Okay.
I
talking about,
only
right?
saw.
Funny
Yeah,
how you
totally.
mentioned that because there's another show that I was thinking of when I watched this episode. You remember Earth 2?
Yep.
That's what this show reminded me of, or
Yeah.
this particular episode. It reminded me of Earth 2.
Earth
Because what do
2
you
is a
have?
great show.
It was, and it was only one season. I was so bummed because I got so hooked on it, and then I got ready for the finale, and then you get the reveal of the Earth people who are actually just people now living underground, and like they're like, "Oh, next season!" Like, really?
Yep.
We never knew what happened to them. No, but this episode starts that the Federation is expanding. They're colonizing new worlds, especially Earth is, and early Starfleet, early Federation time. And they lose contact with society. Before they do, though, they're having problems with communication. So they think that that they just cut off communication ties. So Starfleet wants to send the Enterprise out there to reestablish connection and to solve the mystery. What actually happened to them? Did they honestly cut communication? Were they attacked? They really didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the Enterprise 5 was the first capable warp ship that could make the travel in a reasonable amount of time. So they get there, but I should probably lead up to that a little bit. The crew is all excited. They don't know what to expect, which, I get the exploration issue side of that, but Travis Merriweather's character, I think, was probably the only one that I actually thought was believable.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a space boomer, and he loves space, and he was fascinated. But
Okay,
the others, I
boomer.
would have been a little more suspicious. Like, wait, we didn't have a great relationship with these guys before we left. What makes you think that 70 years later they're still going to have a great relationship with us today?
Right.
But again, I realize that Star Trek is supposed to be a happy utopian society. They're not going to want to show things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't the alien of the week. These are supposed to be
No,
lost
yeah.
humans. So I felt like they were kind of handicapped themselves in that aspect.
You think this was a oh crap, we don't know what to do episode?
No, because it's only the the fifth episode in the first season.
Yep.
This is
Yeah, I
something
think.
they had planned to do.
Or you think this is we can't go off set, so we're gonna stay on set type of episode?
It was probably a budget episode, yes.
It was definitely a budget episode, but I think the whole idea that they're trying to show is that the Federation was expanding. And
Yeah.
how can we show this without actually spending money? Hey, we have an on-set screen. We can go ahead and do it that way. I mean, and then of course the story that we heard is a story that we've heard several times in different sci-fi genres. Chase was making light of that one show. Then I mentioned Earth 2. I got that aspect and feeling from it. Now you get there and then they're gone, and you try to figure out what happened. Then you realize that they devolved as a society, not through any fault of their own, and the children were never raised or educated by anybody, because all the adults died
Right.
from a young age. So then, of course, the children who they basically regressed, and
I
it
love
wasn't no fault of their own though.
I love the fact that Eric Avari shows up again. Like this dude is just like such a brilliant character actor. He plays like the weird um just the weird alien like human basically so well. Like you see him like in the Stargate movie and he kills that role.
Yeah.
Same thing like with Stargate SG-1 when he shows up like in a recurring role. He does such a phenomenal job um and like again he's like so convincing in this role as like what is he, like the son of like the tribal elder basically?
Yeah.
Who was probably one of the only surviving members of the original expedition.
He's also in Babylon 5 somewhere, I believe, as a priest.
That sounds right.
Dude is in everything.
Yeah.
So he's like
Mhm.
a Jeffrey Combs.
So
Kind
it
of,
makes me
yes.
wonder then, with that said, and with Chase bringing up that point, was this episode brought up because it was familiar storytelling for him?
Wait,
Like,
say it
yeah.
again.
Was this a familiar storytelling for the actor?
I would say so. I mean, like I think the dude in this case was perhaps more guarded than like any of the other characters that I can recall him playing. Like I'm looking at the dude right now, and he was I'm gonna butcher this, sorry y'all, but Bajek in Unification.
Okay.
So he was a Klingon in Unification Part 1. He was Vedic Yarka in the episode Destiny on DS9.
Mhm.
And of course
Okay.
he played the dad in Stargate SG-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Char
So
Ray's father.
yeah, Shari's father. But I think he's like the most guarded, and I think he plays the guarded character very well. But he like ramped this one up in not an like an overly done kind of way. He tempers it very well. So, but I like this guy. I like this actor, and I wish he got more credit than he probably does.
Yeah, that's my concern. I wish he would have been more like Jeffrey Combs, who expands his horizons.
Yeah, he kind of stays.
But this guy stays in a particular time. But maybe the writers might have been like, "Oh, we know we're going to get this guy, so let's write an episode we know that he would do well in." This is also a conservative time for the show too, and the first 2 years of Enterprise were probably the most brutal for the franchise itself. It was also the end of. We also got to take into consideration. It was also the end of the Strider Strike. We weren't getting a lot of quality writers. It was always a new writer of the week. It was which is why I'm kind of glad, and we can jump forward a little bit. We're not going to spoil anything here, Chase, but I do like the fact that Discovery, Discovery, Lower Decks, Picard, they all have a core group of writers. And I actually prefer that over bringing somebody else in for the week.
I do too. They also all have a core set of directors too, if you haven't noticed lately. Seems to be a certain number of episodes per director.
Hanel Culpepper is my favorite director of the Kurtzman era, to be honest. Hanel and
Franks? Even over Franks?
No, not over. I'm just saying, like, I think Culpepper and Frakes are the rock stars of the Kurtzman era, in my opinion.
Did y'all know that Franks have done 22 Star Trek episodes?
Wild.
In all his series, and he's done every series.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except for TOS, but that's different. But yeah, he has directed at least a show and an episode in every series.
Well,
And a movie.
He hasn't done Lower Deck. 2 movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I don't consider Lower Deck because you don't really direct Lower Deck. I mean,
like animation, you have to have like a supervising director, kind of like Filoni is.
But I guess when I think direct, I'm like, he's actually directing the people and all that stuff. But in anime, you don't animation, you don't really need to direct the people.
Oh, I disagree. Voice animation is probably one of the hardest forms of
okay, yes, but the voice animation, but I don't think that's Frank's cup of tea.
I think Mike wants to talk.
I got him.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Did it? Go ahead. I'll let you do it.
No, I would just mentioning that they do have directors in animation, but it's more. I need more emotion. This type of emotion. Here's where we want, the point we want you to make. So you're not directing action per se, but you are directing the story.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the way that a voice can be projected in different tones.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting having a phrase mean one thing and then a phrase mean totally something different when you change the tone of it too. So, but yeah, in this series though, like I said, I see a lot of similarities. It wasn't a bad episode. It's actually probably one of the better ones of the first season.
Mm-hmm.
I will give it that much. I mean, it had a decent writing staff on it. Had a great subplot story. You had, it had this message I felt like they were trying to tell. But at the time, I'm trying to find. I can't remember that far back, to be honest. What was the whole point of the story as far as the message? Because usually Star Trek tells a story and tells a message that it wants the audience to remember.
I think the message was to don't assume if somebody just connects with you. Because that's basically what happened. They assumed they were going to, misconception.
Can cloud your objectivity. That's actually one of the topics for tonight. Thank you for segueing that.
You changed the border. Sorry.
Yeah, it is different. I just noticed it too. Anyway.
Go ahead.
That bugs me. Hold on.
Okay, give me a second. I'll fix it. Are you happy? There.
Thank you. Much better.
Wow.
So professional.
Yeah. See, Chase, we're great professionals. Don't worry about us.
So,
So
what
we
did
have,
we
we have,
talk about
we
on
have
this podcast?
ticker versus bar. Got it.
Yep.
Yep.
So the one thing about this, we've talked about this several times in Star Trek. This seems to be a reoccurring theme: misconceptions, and how the crew interacts with those misconceptions. Like, for example, in TOS that we just watched the other day, Errand of Mercy,
Hmm.
Kirk assumed that the Organians were primitive species, that the Klingons were taken advantage of. The Organians were like, "Hey, we're not worried about it. Don't worry about us. We're worried about you." And then Kirk's like, "Oh, how can you worry about me when you should be worried about your own society and what the Klingons are going to do to you?" It's like he wasn't listening to what they were saying the whole entire time. Same thing, kind of like in this series. Misconceptions can cloud your objectivity. Speaking of our guest hero, or the guest star of that week, he was completely doing that. He was misconcepting everything that he had heard, and he wasn't being objective.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, like maybe we can take this idea and connect it to even a more macro idea within Star Trek, and that's the whole IDIC, right? Like infinite diversity and infinite combinations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Vulcans are like the thorn in the side for the early thing that's not even called the UFP yet, right? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
early days of the Federation, the early days of Starfleet. And we learn, and like, so yeah, we're getting like this message about like Eric Avari's character and all the Novans kind of spitting out at us. But like, again, like Star Trek is meant to get us to think. Star Trek is meant to kind of get us to see things and consider things that maybe we wouldn't have originally thought or considered. And I think that's truly at the heart of like the whole edict that the Vulcans stand behind, and that we should maybe take a closer look at too in our missions of the week, so to speak, and how we interact with these folks. And I think this is a prime example of IDIC and in connecting it to, again, this topic that we're talking about.
I think it connects kind of, you always just say don't judge a book by its cover. This is very similar. You don't judge somebody because you don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, don't judge a book by its cover is a very prominent lesson that I think Trek tries to teach you. Just, I can't say never mind because it's Discovery, but there's another scene in Discovery where you judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Or
Like
you miss.
Yeah, well, I think that's the whole point they want us to learn, is the fact that we shouldn't just be judging things. And I think that's the point you're trying to get across, Jenny. They don't want us to judge something just by seeing something and making an assumption. Kirk in TOS, he made an assumption. I thought Archer did a better job in this episode of not making a misconception, and he was really trying to figure out what happened, and he was trying to help him. But of course, the alien of the week, they're called Terrans, right? Or do they call themselves Novians? No, Novians.
Novans.
Yeah, like Novians, yeah.
Yeah. So the Novan was the one this time being the one that didn't want to let go of hate, let go of the history, and for something that actually never actually affected him personally. It affected his mother. So it's like, why would they continue this story that has nothing to do? And she was just a little girl. I'm honestly surprised that they would even remember. Because I don't know about you, but I can't remember most of the things I did 20 years ago. How am I supposed to live with that for 70 plus years, knowing that I hate the Federation or I hate Starfleet because they abandoned me?
Yeah.
I believe the parents might have felt that way, but I don't know. I mean, to me, it felt a little unbelievable.
So this episode also reminded me of something else that you're just going to absolutely love, Jay. And I think Jenny and maybe Scott will appreciate this. And I don't know about our good EMH down here, if he'll appreciate this or not. But so I finished watching this today, in preparation for today's show. And the thing that a completely different sci-fi show connected this for me, and that's the 12th Doctor's war speech. In
Okay.
Doctors.
and the 12th Doctor has this wonderful and this beautiful speech, and I actually put a link of it on my personal Facebook page. And one of the things that he says in his brilliant speech is, you know, you do the thing that you should have done from the very beginning, and that's sit down and talk. And I think that's a wonderful message to come from this particular episode. Doctor Who, regardless, you know, it's like, just shut up and listen to each other. Actually, like, listen to these competing arguments, whether you want to listen or not. Maybe you should at least slow down and consider what's being presented, and then still decide what you want to do. You can throw it away for all I care, but you should at least be open to dissenting opinions that you might not agree with. Again, a brilliant sci-fi thing that Star Trek does. Gets you to think and to consider things that you wouldn't have originally considered.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and mostly I agree with that. It's just, it would have been nice if, but I know this is like an alien race that they want to throw away. You know, it's just a one-off episode. But I don't know. I think more I would like to see is more back history, more stories, so that way if they ever wanted to come back to that particular race in the future, they would have something to build off of.
Well,
Now, Star Trek Online. Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I think this episode they left it, you know, at the end of it, they left open-ended so they could potentially come back to it.
Yeah, that's what I say about Star Trek Online. I like the fact that they do that with some of these one-off stories. Go ahead, Chase.
But like whether the Novans show up in season 2, 3, or 4, right? They still had a lasting impact on Archer, because I mean, you see him in the what they call it, the situation area, not the room, just the situation area. And he's like, if I can't do first contact with humans, what am I doing out here? So this was like a very important thing for Archer in what we know he's going to do eventually in this series, and the role that he's going to play with the future of this organization. So this was a very important thing for him, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, there's that point too. It's just the other thing I thought was kind of strange about this. This was a very, like you were just saying, an Archer-heavy episode. I also wondered, though, you know, we're only in the 5th episode and we're not getting a lot of the other characters. Besides, we got a little bit of Travis in the beginning of the episode, and then we got Malcolm. He got hurt, but then it went right back to Archer. You got a little bit from DePaul. It's just, Star Trek has always been about the core 3, and this one felt like the core 2. The guest star of the week, and then Archer itself.
Well, I think we were still getting kind of used to Archer as a captain as well. And remember, keep in mind, it's first season, you're 5 episodes in.
Yeah.
So
out of like a 20 some odd episode season. So I mean, we're not even, we're like a third, a fourth of the way, fourth or fifth of the way through at this point.
Yeah.
And you know, I was okay with Malcolm just being in the cavern the entire time. You know, if he would have died of sepsis, that's okay with me.
No, I guess.
Can I say that out loud on the live stream? I'm sorry.
Totally fine, and then funny. No, but as far as like my whole thing of those, maybe it's just because my reality changed. Speaking of misconceptions, right? I'm doing it myself. Did I get Genevieve?
Mike
left.
He didn't say anything though. He just
he's on a mobile, so it might have like.
I'm sorry, Mary. Sammy, I know he's your boy.
Sammy. Actually, Malcolm's a jerk in real life, Sammy. And so is Connor Trinier.
Connor Trinier's a jerk?
Yes.
No, he's not.
It's a drinking, yes.
Yes, he is. He's also.
So, should I tell you that my embarrassing story between those two?
Yes, please. Enlighten these two, because apparently they forgot who these two guys are.
They were really nice to me. But
they were.
I can't believe I'm going to tell her this embarrassing story. Scott knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Which is why I'm letting you tell it, not me.
Okay, so Scott and I went to the 50th anniversary, like 50 year mission tour that Creation was doing, and we went to the one in Dallas. And so, preference this. I just finished rewatching Stargate Atlantis. Okay, so Scott and I were talking about it while we were walking through the vendors hall. We just finished talking to Aaron Eisenberg. Rest in peace. We just finished talking to him, and then we were walking around the vendors hall, and I was talking about Atlantis with him, and I went up to not Con Engineer, but I went up to oh my God, what is his name?
Dominic.
Malcolm Reed.
Dominique
Or Dominic Keating.
Keating. I went up to him and go, I like you in Stargate. And he goes, oh, I think you mean talk to that guy. I was like, oh my gosh, no, I meant to say I was going to talk to, I like your character in Enterprise, but because Scott and I were just talking about Atlantis, I was talking about Michael and went up to Dominic Keating and said I liked him in Atlantis.
Dominic got a good kick out of it, though.
He got a kick out of it.
He was very nice about
this
it.
guy. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's not what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to say I like your character because Conchiras had something in front of him.
You remember the night after that, though? The conga train. Yeah, when we're at the bar. But after that, the conga train at karaoke.
Oh.
Remember how crazy that got? Because those two had been at the bar getting dinner. They had had a few drinks, and then they came down to do their thing. And people just kept bringing them drinks. Let's just say it's one of the wildest karaoke's I think we've been to.
Oh, that was really crazy. So Chase hasn't been to Vegas yet. He was planning on going, I think, last year, or was trying to go last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, Steven's here.
Okay, we addressed it.
Yep. Yeah, because I know Chase was talking about it. He's been talking to me about it often, about going to STOV.
Right.
And so at STOV, they have karaoke nights. And they usually are run by celebrities. So usually Colin Jarrett and Dominic Keating do one. And then the Klingons do one.
Yeah.
And so and both parties drink.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you drink, you know, you get happy and crazy, and yeah, they're the greatest things to go to. Just sit and watch people karaoke and watch them get drunk, and it's quite entertainment. I think it's great entertainment.
It is.
Okay, Jenny and I agree and disagree on that. The Klingons are hilarious. Those two guys are womanizers and just complete jerks.
If they drink too much, yes, they are. And
I'd like you to tell me a year that they were actually sober. I've been going the same amount of time you have.
I have a fond memory of them being an iBar, drinking and watching the ladies.
And
but it's just Vegas, so.
Fond memory?
No, I just had the memory. I don't say fond. Did I say fond? No, I said I just have a memory of them at the iBar.
Have a great night, Steve.
Oh, so Steve, Chase, he's one who runs SFI. Remember I talked to you yesterday about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one who runs he's one who runs SFI.
Nice.
Yeah. If you ever watch his show, just crack open a bottle and just watch the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will not have young ones near you, though.
Do not have the young ones near you.
Don't have young ones near you.
Well, fortunately, my daughter's in bed right now, so we're good.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I've been around those guys and they're intoxicated, and the only people they want to talk to are people like Jenny. They don't want guys around them. I'm saying girls in general. They just only.
Oh, okay.
So you know, like the line that goes like, "Don't ever meet your heroes" or something like that.
Yeah, that's true about those two.
I can't remember when it was. I think, Jenny and Scott, y'all will probably know this better than I will, but Brent Spiner and Michael Dorn came to like Dallas I think it was still fan days at that point in Irving.
Okay.
Okay, with Irving wasn't at Plano.
Yeah, it was in. I remember it was in Irving because of.
Okay.
It was easy. It was. I remember it was on the second floor, and I like the layout of the Irving one better than downtown Dallas personally. But
yeah, I do too.
So I was in school, for my counseling degree and stuff like that, and I'm like doing therapy with Michael Dorn because he was like he did not like doing Nemesis, and he just like was all eaten up about Nemesis and things like that, and then we kind of joked around about how Worf just shows up every now and again for these movies, and then there was like a lull because I was working a booth. I'll just say that for the sake of Jay, Doctor Who, and
the same booth that I told you about earlier, Jay. The same company.
Anyway, so so I finally go in because I wanted to at least say hi or something to Brent, and man, he was such a jerk. Like, I don't know if anyone's like had that experience with Brent. Like, I hope you haven't, but like, he was just such a jerk. He's like, "What do you want me to do? Do a dance for you or something?" I'm
What?
like, "Okay, have a nice day." I guess.
I guess I got very lucky, and I guess I'm blessed. I hadn't had any bad experiences with celebrities, but maybe I just caught them a good time. They do. We also have to take it with a grain of salt. Think they sit there for hours
Right.
and hours talking to people and signing autographs. I would be kind of cranky too after a while, especially at Curation because they don't treat their guests that. We know personally they don't treat their guests very well.
I had bought tickets to go to Celebrity Fan Fest down in San Antonio.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that.
I think it was supposed to be like this past summer or something like that, and it was going to have like everyone. It was going to have like everyone, and I was like stupid excited. I'm like, Frakes is going to be there. I hadn't met the dude yet. Frakes was going to be there. Marina, most of the Voyager cast was going to be there. I think it was going to be Picardo, Beltran, Robert Duncan, Garrett, like everyone was going to be there. And I can't remember if Jerry Ryan was supposed to be there too, like coming off, right off the heels of Star Trek Picard, like that was going to be pretty dope. And it didn't happen. So that was going to be like my I guess concession or whatever for not being able to go to STLV. It was like, oh, I'm going to meet all these Star Trek people. I'm going to be okay. Nope.
Well, I will say one thing, Chase. If you haven't been to a Star Trek convention, at least in Vegas, do the Shatner experience, but do it once.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all you're going to be able to tolerate.
Yeah.
The whole Shatner experience. So what you do is you go into a room, and he talks for like 40 minutes about his life and about whatever the topic is.
Usually it's about his horses and his divorce.
Oh, I got lucky then. I got lucky. For me, it was all about the motorcycle ride. This was the 2015 trip.
Yep.
It was all about his motorcycle and how he rode down to Arizona. Right. You're thinking like this big Harley. No, the dude has a three wheel Harley.
Yeah, trike is what they're called.
Yeah. They're like a tricycle. Right? It's still a pretty powerful machine. I'll give it that much credit. No, but he's talking about like how he almost passed out and the same. Like, dude, the thing has air conditioning. It's a big bike and you're just sitting on it. Anyway, so he goes into this 40-minute spill, and then finally he gets to the point where he's going to answer a customer or somebody a person's question. Right, first person in line. He spends the next 5 minutes plugging whatever he's working on into the person's answer, and then he'll move on to the next person. And then again, he'll repeat the process. And you get like 3 people who might get to ask a question before the moderator's like, okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
You're done.
I mean, I think, Chase, you've been to seeing Shatner in Dallas, haven't you?
No, I did not get to see the Shat in Dallas.
Oh. Well, yeah, just like I said, do the Shatner experience anywhere. It's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, just do it once.
I mean, a lot of celebs, which I guess I'm just used to it, but I like after a while, after you see so many celebs, they don't tell you new stories.
Oh no.
So just just don't go after a while, because you're gonna hear the same 3 stories over and over again.
Now,
But
now with that said, there's two people I do like to watch, and they are entertaining: Jonathan Franks and Marina Sirtis. But
Mary
Marina
Chifo.
Sirtis, hey, well, yeah, Mary Chifo.
Mary Chifo's freaking hilarious.
Yes, she is.
No, but as far as Marina and you're going back about Creation earlier, Creation knows not to mess with her. As soon as she comes out, they leave. Moderator, I remember the last time it was like 2019. Moderator was like, "And here is Marina. I know I'm not wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and leave." Right? And he just walks off the stage. Like, everybody's like, "Woo!" And he claps. Because they do their own show. They'll talk maybe for 5 minutes about whatever they're currently working on, and then they answer questions the rest of the night. And she's honest. That's the thing I love about Marina. She's honest. She's like, don't ask us stupid questions.
So something I never thought about until most of I was part of another cruise group, but with they had Garrett Wong in the group. Things happened, so I left that group for my mental health. It was not a great group for me.
Yeah.
But anyways, Garrett was talking, and I never thought about this. At Curation. So at Curation, Chase, you probably know this. There's assigned seating. Everybody sits in their own seats, which I love and hate. I love because you don't do what?
Unless you're general admission.
Yes, but general and general admission, there's plenty of seats. You don't have to worry about it. But like at Dallas, Chase and I know this. Sometimes you have to stand in line 30 to an hour for just so you get a decent seat. Now they do have VIP seating and then regular seating, but still, you still have to stand in line at least 30 minutes early if you want a decent seat for a big thing. Yeah, but if you want it closer to get good pictures and stuff,
because you want to be in spitting distance, you got to get there early, man.
So at Curation, they're assigned seating. Well, Garrett brought this point up, and I never thought about is sometimes there's not a lot of people there because they don't really care about that celebrity, and they wish that they would allow those people to move up because they got to a stage, all they can see is a couple of feet in front of them, and if they don't see anybody, they don't feel loved because they don't feel like they are wanted here because they don't realize that everybody who wants to see this guest, they're all back in general admission.
Or they're further back in Copper and Captain.
Yeah, Copper and Bronze and Captain.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay.
I'd love to hang out with Robert Duncan. Robert Beltran. Yeah. And with Garrett, like I would love the heck out of that. Like if they let me sit in the front row, I would eat that up.
Great.
Garrett is
awesome. Well, if you want a front row SLV, you better start saving now.
Money.
$1,000 or something like that.
Or
now.
you can go on the cruise with us in 13
months.
Yeah. And then
go on a cruise.
Here's the thing: instead of having like a long weekend, you get an entire week with them.
And they can't escape you.
But you also can't escape me if I'm on the same boat with you.
I have to deal with Jay next year. Jay and his wife. So.
Oh wow! And his wife. Wow.
Now Jen and I are going to go and eat sushi and have all the soy products we want.
Yeah.
I'm going with them, Jay.
You're buttermilk.
No.
And buttermilk.
We're gonna have a guys' night.
Jay doesn't like soy products and he doesn't like buttermilk.
What? Like
I know, but
you don't like buttermilk pancakes?
No, I don't like buttermilk. No, but
or steaks.
You think I'm bad? At least I like avocados and chili.
What kind? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on.
We only got about 5 minutes to do all this, but yes.
Chili with beans or without.
She said it looks like vomit. It doesn't matter.
Chili looks like diarrhea.
The only correct answer for chili is no beans.
We'll see. We'll disagree there.
And see that's like I lived in the Midwest for 10 years, and people give me crap for that.
Whoa, Sammy, take your wannabe Midwesterners out of here, okay? Chase, there's no such thing as a Midwest. There's the West Coast, there's the East Coast, and there's Central. What side is your Midwest on? Okay, come on, Chase.
This is why he needs to Bach helmet so he can learn these things.
Well, considering my alma mater has, champions of the West in it, I would think that Michigan counts as Midwest.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You just made her night. You just made Sammy's night because she lives in Michigan.
Yeah, I'm a Wolverine, man. I graduated from University of Michigan. What's up, y'all?
I gave her a little bit back because but I promised Jenny I wouldn't go into politics. I will recognize Midwest this much.
If you look at it, it's more east than west.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you.
If you look at a freaking map.
What coast are they on? What coast are they on? What time zone are they in?
Depends on where you are in Michigan.
They're eastern.
No.
Depends on where you are.
Sammy, what coast are you on? Don't tell me Midwest. Is it currently?
You know what coast they're on? You know what coast they're on? They're either on the Michigan coast, the Erie coast, the Superior
That's what
coast.
I'm saying. They're on the Lake coast.
Oh, look at Michael.
So there you go.
Sammy. You're on the East Coast because you are Eastern Standard Time. And by the way, there are no beaches at the lake.
Wait, what? Hold on, back the truck up. Don't make me use my hand to show you where beaches are in Michigan.
Oh no, not the hand.
I will do it.
I like him, Sam. We got to bring him on more often.
My good friend, Chase.
No,
Chase and I had a how do I say this?
We had a tenuous start.
There's only 2 coasts, and there's 1 gulf. Okay.
That's America for you. There are more than 2 oceans, by the way, Jay.
No, but that surround America. You got the.
I'm gonna rein this in, and we're gonna do this.
Wait, what? What are we gonna do?
Because I have to get ready for work.
What are we doing? Oh, she wants
to. Yeah, and I got one more thing to do for you. Free leave.
I have no idea.
We'll do this first.
What we do is we pick a random series to
pick.
watch.
Mm-hmm. So what we do is we pick a random series. So I'll click on random series. Okay, it's Voyager. So then we go to Voyager. That's what episode we're going to watch next. Heroes and Demons.
Season 1,
thank God it's not Threshold.
Heroes and
Demons. No, we're going to talk Threshold on your podcast.
That's true.
Oh, when is your podcast going to come out? Because I would love to hear Jenny on there.
So the episode that I recorded with Jenny will actually be dropping tomorrow morning, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
so
can you drop his website link for us?
I'm going to do better than that.
Okay. I drop episodes. I do my best to drop episodes on the 7s of each month. So that's the 7th, 17th, 27th when episodes come out. Right now I'm doing a thing on the 27th of each month where we're talking about Star Trek books. So anyway, so the Star Trek book that we'll be talking about at the end of this month is the newest one.
Oh,
The Dark Veil. So
you better get reading.
Yeah, read it. It's on audiobook. It's like a 7-8 hour audiobook.
Oh, okay. Well, I have an audiobook description.
So there you go.
Right,
Star Trek Picard, The Dark Veil. We'll be talking about that end of this month. But other than that, we just have fun. We just talk about whatever we want to talk about. I mean, I do have a production calendar of what we're going to talk about. But you have like Mission Log, for example, like from Roddenberry Productions.
Yeah,
they go by every friggin' episode that's ever aired. And I'm like, no, not going to happen. Not doing that. So for crying out loud, we talked about an episode of Deep Space Nine. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So
that's why we're not going. We just randomly pick episodes. We used to make people pick, but then we can never decide what we want to pick. So we found that random generator. So
yeah, random Star Trek generator to watch episodes in. That saved us a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's cool. And by the way, I did follow y'all's Facebook page thing or joined a group or whatever I did. Something. So
I mainly started
I did something. I hit
because you You were talking, and maybe you want to join Fleet 31?
Why not?
You guys can talk
More than
later
welcome.
about that.
Yep.
No, but I'm saying we started this actually because
Hey.
this.
Oh, you were breaking up there, Chase.
Oh,
Or is it just me?
no,
not
I
break.
heard it too.
I'm not even dating you. How can I break up with you?
I hope you're not dating me. I have a loving man, and you're married,
I was about to say,
so
I
wait,
am.
what?
Yeah, I'm right next to him
yeah.
in Brady Bunch land. But
Thank you, Scott.
I like that Brady Bunch land.
Yep.
but yeah, like why not? Why not? Like I'll put it on my resume. Like I'm a member of Fleet 31. That's what I do with my
I'm putting on my
extracurricular activity.
I'm putting on my resume that I'll make it easier for people who don't understand Trek. I'm gonna say vice president of Fleet 31 because putting deputy fleet commander, they're not gonna understand that. So
You can also
Yeah,
put yourself down as vice chairman because you are the vice chairman for the fleet.
that's true. I could do that too.
just yeah, put me wherever. I'm in Dallas Fort Worth, like Jenny is. I think you're in Dallas Fort Worth.
Yes. I hope
North
I am.
Dallas Fort Worth.
I'm very North Dallas Fort Worth.
Very north. I am northwest. I'm like northwestish.
I'm like north as north can get.
Yeah, so
of
we
Dallas.
started this so we could actually have fun and bring some of our fleet mates on and talk and get Trek going. And then plus, I always felt like there was something missing in the podcasting community. So as you notice, we don't actually follow the entire script episode. We actually tie it into how we feel about for certain things, but not as in, well, we felt like the character should have done this. No, our whole objective is more, how does this tie into what we feel like the real world is like, and try to find the similarities, which is what it's fun to do. Because the other things have been overdone, and there are, so it's like, why do something that somebody else is already doing?
Mm-hmm.
So that and fleet communication, so is the main reason why we started this.
Nice.
Yeah. So we may not get a lot of live viewers, but we do get a lot of playback on the.
We do get a lot of playback.
The one thing I like is the metrics on this. So I just Wednesday nights are the best nights for the three of us to do this show because like Monday and Tuesday I have scouting. Usually Jenny's works Graves. We just find that Wednesday is the best day for her.
Yeah.
Typically.
Are you a Scoutmaster, Cubmaster? What are you, man?
Committee. Currently, I'm a committee person.
For the district or for the unit?
Both.
Okay.
I'm in the district for the committee. I'm also in the Order of the Arrow.
Are you a Vigil Honor member?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but I am eligible. I just didn't get the nomination.
Okay.
It's really hard to get as an adult.
I'm an Eagle Scout class of 2004, man, and former Lodge Chief, Vigil Honor member. So I bleed red and green.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, but two of the three people that I nominated this year for Vigil Honor got it.
Nice.
One of them being our Lodge Chief and one being his mother.
Nice.
But his mom is probably like the most caring and compassionate person I've ever met. She's really deserving of the honor. She's like the kind of person that if she hears that another chapter needs help, she will drive down there and go down, help them in the kitchen, go help them wherever they need, help them service projects. And that's just a person who she is.
So my buddy Eric on my podcast, who's essentially my co-host, right? Yeah. So him and we did scouts together in Michigan, and when he was lodge chief, I was his vice chief. He got his Eagle, I think in like 2002 or 3, I want to say. And anyways, we did pretty much all of scouting together, like mainly OA stuff. So it was really cool for him and I to reconnect. And then, I was apparently the only person he knew that liked Star Trek. So like that was just one more thing that we got to add on to our friendship.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. Bye, Jenny, by the way. See you later.
She'll be back.
I think she's got to get ready for work, Chad.
Oh, okay. Well, we can end this.
Yeah, we probably want to wrap it up.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. See if she comes back, but I don't know.
Usually she would tell. Did she send us a private message saying she was?
Let me look.
Nope. She needs. Okay. She'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, she'll be back in a minute.
Nice.
So a lot of things. What was I gonna say? As far as the OA, I have a lot of fun with it. It's just Right now, I'm just waiting for my wife and my kids to join.
Yeah.
So my son's a second class scout, almost right there to first. It's been a hard transition for him because he did switch troops, and
Oh, yeah, that can be difficult.
yeah, there's a story behind that. But he was on a fast track, and then he kind of fell wayside the last 2 years. Now he's right there, right on the getting first class. We just need his scoutmaster, but our troop isn't doing as well as some other troops are with the remote learning with Zoom and Google Classrooms. We use Zoom particularly, but so we're not allowed to meet we're not allowed to meet as a group in public.
Mm.
So right now, and no disrespect to our scoutmaster or the senior patrol leader, but I don't think they're very savvy technology wise. And so it's like our meetings went from being pretty structured to being pretty loose and relaxed. So we have what we call the TTFC, trail to first class. We have that where anybody could work on anything that they need to, but nobody needs to work on anything because the kids are in that group are pretty much almost first class scouts, all of them,
I mean,
including myself.
is anyone working on merit badges?
Some, but those are all one-on-one.
So the thing that I always like to encourage kids to do, like whether I was a scoutmaster or an assistant scoutmaster, I should say, a committee member or a district executive, like you got to remember that Baden Powell, like always envisioned, like as a scout, like you were considered a full blown Boy Scout once you achieve first class. Like Star, Life, and Eagle, that's just icing on the cake. Like that's not an expectation. The expectation is that you get first class. And I think it's wonderful when boys and now girls strive to become and yeah, like I said, now girls also strive to get their eagle. But like the whole scouting program is built on that trail to first class. So
yeah. Oh, we can talk about that. Trust me, in a lot of. But we should probably wrap up because Jenny needs to get going for the night.
Have fun, Jenny.
If you can hang on for a few minutes, we can talk off the air.
For
all right,
make it a
guys.
little bit.
Okay, yeah, because I know Jenny has to go in
Yeah.
in a little bit too. All right, guys. I want to say thank you for joining us tonight. Live long and prosper. Actually, I'm gonna do it this hand.
Later, guys.